Hi guys, and welcome back. Right now I'm going to be doing a part two to the BP canine, and do a follow up on the actual. It was an actual search warrant was actually conducted, and a Customs and Border Protection canine was actually called in to assist for some reason. Well, that what's come out of the actual investigation out to the public is that apparently the spouse of the missing woman has has actually, because he hasn't turned it over yet, a large cache of actual weapons, from handguns to rifles to assault rifles to shotguns. And he had quite a bit of them. As a matter of fact, I think he has right now 18 actual long arms rifles outstanding. So they're still not accounted for actually. And I don't believe that the canine that they called in yesterday was actually an ammunition and a weapons canine, for the fact that you don't really I don't know, maybe things have changed, but there wasn't really that much of a necessity of actually trying to stop weapons going down south in my time. I mean, that's honest. That's to be honest. So maybe now things have changed and people are actually paying attention to how much is actually being exported towards south. But I don't see that happening, that much of a vigilance. That would be more of a ATF actual task, and they might help out once in a while and run some operations. But we'll give it to them this time and just say that that dog was actually that he had that actual feature. But and so they are missing, and it's quite a bit of them actually, and a few of them were actually illegal. And from what I gather from different reports, family members of the actual missing mom, there, there's some frustration for the lack of progress through the Chula Vista Police Department. They have their own detectives. They don't outsource through the sheriff's department. They have in-house detectives, and uh, well, throughout my stories, yeah, I might sound a little biased towards them. Um, I'll tell you straight out, I don't care for that department. I have my reasons, and just the way they conduct themselves, the way they actually their dishonesty. And I'm not actually defending this actual spouse, but I'm glad that he's actually got a lawyer and he is actually being protected by that lawyer, because this department will actually physically try to get out of you. And how I know that? I know that firsthand, believe it or not. I can't speak on it, you know, and but it does go down like that. It's not like the first 48 hours where they'll bring you some soda, some lunch, or fast food to loosen up your lips. No, it's not like that with them. It's pretty ballsy the way they conduct it. And I wish one day I can actually tell my story, and hopefully I can. And how they did it, and I was just glad that I had the right people on my corner. Very glad, and I'll tell you right now, they were some pretty high-ranking law enforcement on my side, that actually had a fighting chance, to actually get out of a situation. But there's been other instances where ICE agents have been assaulted, have been arrested by this department, and have lost lawsuits. $1 million lawsuits to this department, and actually they've lost actually the 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 actual ICE agent won quite a bit of money. So to understand the actual frustration from the family, I totally understand that frustration, and and they even said that they were actually surprised that there was actually a warrant, executed at this stage, But it's not surprising that that little progress has happened. And to the actual what actually on actual court documents, uh, a couple of illegal automatic assault rifles. Uh, I mean, it's not illegal to have a large collection. And you might say, why would an individual have a large collection? The, this actual family, they're Filipino, and Filipinos love their weapons, and they actually often uh, go out to shoot their weapons in a legal range, in a legal manner, actually, in a responsible manner. I've actually that was when I was in my late teens. Uh, that was actually with the group of acquaintances that I had. They happened to be Filipino. They actually invited me to go out to a private shooting range, and they showed me how to actually legally transport these actual firearms. And once we got to the range, they were well known at that actual private range, and they were greeted, and they were actually asked uh, to actually borrow their certain weapons to actually to shoot out there, and they showed me the actual safety like protocols to an actual range, the do's and don'ts, and that was my actual first time actually shooting a variety all at once of firearms, and including a 357 that blew my hair back, and that actually had a nice kick, And like I said, it was done in a responsible way, and it, that's the way it should be done. Instead of the backyard or somebody's backyard. But they actually do enjoy going out and shooting the weapons and cleaning the weapons, and actually educated me on the safety of actual uh, firearms. And so I can understand why he would actually have an abundance of actual firearms. It's they just he enjoyed it. So they're actually missing. Apparently, he handed them out to his friends to hold because apparently he knew that this was actually going to happen. He was aware that they were actually going to take all his firearms into their custody, and they actually got a couple of them, and they actually are holding a few of them for him, and holding, I say, because they have not taken them away yet. He has not lost that privilege yet, so uh, that might have been the reason that they actually called in for that certain canine. Maybe he did have, maybe that canine did have that talent to actually alert on ammunition and firearms. So that could have been it. But like I say, he did not do any paperwork, and he did not uh, conduct his dog like if he actually found something, alerted to something. The dog was not acting like he actually found something. So that's just a little update on the BPK9 part, follow up part two on this one. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.